like, damn, there's a lady floating around like me, you know, she's flying against it. Anyway, I was in Bunnings car park and I met the lady. So it's this lady here, so I've become good friends with her. And it's true what they said about her car. It's almost full on graffiti. And she's been all over this for the last 20, 30 years. She's an unreal warrior, unreal fighter. She's led me in paths where I've been sceptical, and she's put them into good perspectives. And she's got me disobeying everything, absolutely, even to my rates. I'm disobeying my rates. Then go get fucked for all I care. The fines. I've gone through all the legislation, so she's given me all the insight and all these false hope movements. She's got me asking just simple questions. You know, why is it that your information gets deleted on Facebook or Twitter, but theirs don't? You can watch it for hours and hours, but their stuff doesn't. You know, why is that? You know, and it's because they want you to see it. They want you in that 3D matrix. So she's got me realising that. But I'd like to sort of let her talk. I'm a little bit scared because, man, she's so informative and she blows my mind. So I'm hoping she doesn't lose you guys.
I'm sure you guys know a lot, so I probably... Sorry?
Speak up.
Okay. So I'll start my story. As you can see, I woke up after 9/11. I realized it was an inside job, and ever since then I started putting signs on my car, as he said. So it's not really 20 or 30 years, but a bit less than 20. And you probably watched Scott Bartow's What the Fuck? Frequently unanswered questions. Anybody? Yeah. And then that told me all our governments are companies. Australia's not alone. And then so when I watched it, I thought, oh, that's the reality. So that explains all sorts of activities of fake governments. And then I decided to fight back. I said to myself, I might lose my house, but I have to do this for the future generation, including my daughter. And so I started refusing to pay rates and water bills. Presented my side of the evidence to say that they are fake government companies and all their laws are fake, null and void. And then demanded them. That time first was a local shire, their law firm, and then court, magistrate court, Victoria. Demanded them to show me some counter evidence to prove their authenticity. It's been almost 10 years. They have nothing to show. And a few years after that, I started that one. All the fake fines joined the same suit. This time including Victoria Police Company, Sheriff's Office Company. Sheriff's Office Company kept sending me very intimidating, nasty letter, the formatted letter saying, oh, unless you pay, we're going to do this and do that, including arrest you or, put the cramp on the tire or whatever. So I wrote back, oh, unless you can show me some verifiable and sufficient counter evidence to prove your authenticity, you have no power to do any of this. So they couldn't arrest me. They cannot make me pay. So they harass me all right, here and there, burgle my house many a time, and especially 2 items, very valuable items. I complained. I wrote a complaint letter to a fake senior constable I knew in town, and then they returned them. Prove they did the theft. Incredible. And then still they are just damaging my car, stealing or damaging my sign, all kinds of things. But they cannot stop me, and then they cannot make me scared. Long ago, I said to a Muslim friend, I'm not scared after 9/11. And she said, you, in general, are not scared. Sorry. You are scared when you're doing something wrong. That's them. They are committing shocking crimes upon us, so they are scared of us, actually. That's why they had to carry out horrific crime like a Port Arthur massacre to take away, rifle from good, honest Samaritans when criminals can get guns easy. And then, so it's all kinds of tricky things here and there, but we have to see through the lie. And like I was talking to some of you, and then everything was a lie. Like Dr. Tom Cohen, Dr. Andrew Kaufman telling us that Louis Pasteur's germ theory was a lie. And Tom Cowan even saying this blood-brain barrier, which I questioned when I was checking about cervical cancer vaccine. And also he even says this concept of immune system is a lie. And if you replace immune system with your ability to detox, that makes sense. And so they lied everything to sell this poison called vaccine, followed by poison called medicine or treatment. But anyway, I did that, and then about this system called government. Regardless of them being a company or legitimate, it's the system that top criminals replaced with some royal families, like a Tsar in Russia. They left Britain and Belgium, they are their allies, so they left them, but some replaced with government. And then this system itself is a fraud, like Daniel says. They just give you an illusion. And like the other day, one of the protests in Melbourne, I think somebody was saying, who has the power? Oh no, that was in a while ago. Electors have the power, everybody made to say. But what are electors doing? Giving your power to them by election. So that's why they become, so powerful, and then stealing from us more and more, poisoning us more and more, and this pandemic lie is a sort of extreme result of it. So at the moment, I had this placard. I made many, and then last year I went 3 times at the beginning to Melbourne, and then I think it was probably the last time I had a huge placard. Cost me more than $20, and the bloody evil Freemason fake police officer stole it. Just using force, and then I just called them whatever. But anyway, this is the yesterday's, and then disobey the traders is the key. No compliance. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Yep. Because sorry to say, but because I've been doing this for quite a few years, and so I knew they would carry out something like this, but I never ever imagined this many people blindly follow the line. I couldn't believe it. But I still remember when they introduced digital TV, many people were saying that's a machine to spy on you and mind control you. I saw the evidence of spy on you because I saw Viacom's patent to listen to you and watch you through this digital TV. And their excuse was marketing purposes. How beautiful. And then they were saying, Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence. That song was actually about digital TV. You remember that part? Mm-hmm. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains. That's it. They're using the technology that they never tell us. Actually, they did a little bit. If you search for article Mind Games on Washington Post some years back, it was quite lengthy article, but it talked about victims of a weird crime in America. They hear voices. The criminal can read your thought from your brain. So you can have this conversation without uttering a word. And so that's what they're doing, actually. I met some people even told me they hear a voice telling them, go and get this shot. And another lady watching ABC News on her mobile, she said it's the worst of all. And she all of a sudden felt so scared, and she felt she has to get this jab. So they are manipulating people's mind. And we are not affected, luckily, so we got to increase the number. Yeah. And then Daniel and the Cat were talking about that front to create new, different, alternative community. I'm still at the other front, fighting against the traders. And At the moment, the solution I can think of is disobey the traitors, including election. Like I said, they are stealing our power, but at the same time, any election has been rigged all around the world for many years. And then now they are introducing some voting machine. It'll be worse. So we've got to have this massive refusal movement all around the world. Now, one thing I heard, I was telling this to everybody yesterday in Melbourne, and one guy from Italy told me, but Italy, there are many people stopped voting, but they are still there. But we've got to get more number, and then we do this, and we can say to them, we didn't vote, why are you there? And kick them all into jail. We have to stop this, and we win. That's the only option we have.
Yeah. Can I say something to that just quickly? And she's right. She's dead right. Sorry, she's the cat's mother. I understand all that. I'm Graham. I forgot your name. You've got to do an intentional. You've got to do an intentional.
Do you want to come to the front?
Yeah, come up,
Graham, and then she can finish off what she was saying.
This bloke's before me.
Oh.
You've got to do an intentionally informal vote. You've got to do that. You can't just not vote. Because I've always just not voted.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to comment on that?
But that's the trap. You know, like many people, like yesterday I talked, and then some of them said, well, but we have to vote, right? That's what we were taught to do. And in the voting system or government or whatever, we're already there when we were born. So we thought that's the only way, but it's not. It's not. We have to scrape everything that they taught us, instilled into our mind, and then think what's right. Like many people, you know, after 9/11 especially said right or left. No, it's not right or left. It's about right or wrong.
Yes.
And we got to go the right way. And when you go there, one thing, maybe Daniel was meant to say that too, but I clearly say, especially since I've been doing this years, and then I know there are tons of fake government agents among us, unfortunately. When you think about it, they are the ones who are super rich, incredibly rich, and so for them to, for us to buy a cup of coffee from a coffee shop, same sort of amount of money, they can hire so many people. And so they would there and then do terrific job first to gain your trust. That's the key. Emotion is playing